Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Femina Grazia Virtual Beauty Carnival. I am Pratiksha Acharya, the digital writer at Grazia India, and today we are here with renowned dermatologist Dr. Madhuri Agarwal, who is also the founder and medical director of Ivana Skin Aesthetic. Hello, doctor.
Hi, Pratiksha. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure being here.
Hope you're doing well as well, and thank you so much
Yes,
for joining us.
yes.
So we'll jump right into it. So today we are here to gain a little more insight into the topic of the rise of non-invasive procedures, especially facial treatments. So let's get started. To give everyone a basic idea of what non-invasive facial treatments are, it refers to facial treatments that you get done which are kind of devoid of any kind of injections, any kind of razors, and anything at all, right? And we've seen a rapid rise in the entire procedure space, and we've also seen that it's reaching a market high with like it contributing to like $5.9 billion as of
Yes.
2023 as well. So Dr. Madhuri, of course, is going to give us a complete idea on what exactly non-invasive facial treatments are. So we'll start off with that, doctor. Can you give us a little bit of idea on what treatments or non-invasive facial treatments are?
I think, Pratiksha, you have really, gone in the topic, and I think you got the facts so well. It is a booming market, and we are seeing that from 2019 to the next maybe 2030, there's going to be, as you mentioned, a large hike in this market. Now, non-invasive treatments, as you mentioned, are basically treatments that are done at your doctor's office without the use of incision, as in we are not cutting the skin or taking out any tissues from there, and basically, we're giving you a nice, rejuvenating, a refreshed look without the use of a scalpel. And we use it for multiple purposes. We use it for pigmentation, for uneven skin tone. We can use it for facial sagging, anti-aging, lines and wrinkles. We also use for body treatments like body contouring and body pigmentation. So the market on non-invasive is just widening. For us dermatologists, we see every day some new technologies coming us which help us to make this non-invasive treatments, as we call it, which is just making some changes subtly in our individual skin or body to give that younger, refreshed and healthier look to the skin.
Right. So, the social stigma, like you mentioned, around facial treatments has kind of started decreasing now, right? And with more and more people opting for these kind of non-invasive treatments, why do you think there has been such a sudden shift? Why do you think people are opting for it more and they're not thinking of it as more of a taboo topic as it used to be initially, right? Nobody used to
Yeah.
mention that they've gone under any kind of treatment or anything like that. So, according to you, why the sudden shift in the market?
So, you're right. What happened is few years ago when I started my practice, any kind of aesthetic treatment, even say a peel, a chemical peel was like, they would be shamed and criticized and people will be told, why are you doing this? Stick to your basic things. You don't need anything. But in the last few years, I think the awareness and the education regarding not only about treatments, but skincare as a whole, and especially in COVID, what happened is people realized that your own wellness and your health is so essential. And we had the time, right, in that period in the pandemic to be doing all this understanding. And then, luckily, fortunately, parallelly, what happened is there was a lot of social media, there was a lot of, influencers, dermatologists, plastic surgeons, everybody globally, not only in India, was talking about skin, hair, how can you get your healthier skin, how can you be in a better space of skin and hair to achieve your goals. So I think that contributed the social awareness, the new generation, as we call it, the globalization of things. People started traveling, witnessing the world, and not only this was restricting women are largely beauty consumers, and women started traveling for work purposes, for holidays, and they realized there's so much more beyond your basic salon treatments which are there in the aesthetic market that they can explore. Also in COVID, what happened was you had the Zoom. We all were on Zoom, like we are in Zoom right now, right? So
Correct.
while we are
Yeah.
chatting, we are also assessing, oh, my jawline, how is it looking? Is my nose a little, crooked, or do I need to do something on my lips, or the pigmentation is more prominent? So that way, while we were doing these Zoom meetings, we were really looking at ourselves very minutely, day in and day out. And then we realized, yes, one, we have this problem. And then second, we have somebody who can give me that solution for it. And that's why I think this last few years we have suddenly seen this spike of not only, doing things at home, but going to a dermatologist and getting treatments done, which are these non-invasive, and feeling yourself more better, more healthier, more confident about yourself.
Right. As soon as you mentioned that, whenever we're on a Zoom call and you're looking at us, I immediately started thinking about my double chin. So there's that, of course. Like you mentioned, like non-invasive facial treatments and like aesthetic treatments like these, they constitute for a global market, right? It's not just something that is intrinsic to like Western countries now. More and more people in India are also opting for treatments like these now. So, and like you mentioned, obviously during COVID, people had a lot more time on their hands to actually think and, like kind of assess what they actually need. Self-care has become like a big situation now for us, right?
Absolutely.
So, according to you, how has the Indian market reacted to treatments since the pandemic, and what was the situation before the pandemic?
I think before the pandemic, India woke up to this concept of non-invasive treatments. I think around 10 years ago is when, we had these chain of clinics coming in and talking about laser hair reduction, microdermabrasion. So that was foreign to us at that point of time, even as dermatologists. But as we started getting into it, we realized the merits of it, the benefits of it. And again, a lot of people came in and started talking about it in the newspapers, on radio channels. Celebrities started talking about it. That was a change. I think that was a game changer because celebrities started owning up to what they were doing. In India, especially, and there were a lot of endorsements happening about these markets. So India, as they grew, the younger generation especially, they started realizing that I should not limit myself to this one thing, or just do a skin face wash, or drink lotion, or sorry, drink a fluid to take care of my acne. I have a dermatologist there. And again, they have a lot of tools out there. So that was one part of it. Then as dermatologists, we realizing that the technology is not restricted to, the West world alone. We started getting those technologies